Yeah, good afternoon to one and all. I hope you have around 57, but I found very less number of people. But people other side it is your matter. But I wanted to deliver a good lecture on today's my topics. The first topic which is given assigned to me is very important topic called data pre-processing techniques. Okay, so with your permission, can I share my screen and shall I deliver? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I think the screen is okay. Both audio and the screen is okay for all of you. Yeah, yeah. My screen is okay. First, I'll speak few minutes. Then I'll go for case study. Then I will give an assignment. Okay, case study I will teach, and the assignment has to be completed by your faculty. Okay, Nandi. Yeah. Can I go? Yeah. My session is recording. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for AML HOD Garu, Kumar Swam Garu, and co-coordinator Shyam Garu for giving me this opportunity. And today, the first topic what assigned to me is called as data pre-processing techniques. First of all, we'll discuss what is data pre-processing and what are various kinds of techniques we can employ. Okay, I'll go for this case study now. Generally, if you take any machine learning algorithms, first of all, we'll start with problem definition. Mostly these problems identification we are doing from most of the websites like Kaggle or UCI ML repositories or maybe from data.gov.in or other websites. Blah. Now, then we as a researcher or as a student, we should collect the data from various sources. Mostly whoever giving Kaggle, KD Nuggets, and these websites are also giving data sets. If they are not giving data sets, we as a students should generate our own data. We should write a program to generate the data. Once the data generation is completed, 80% of the data is unstructured in the nature. Okay, whatever the data which is available, 80% of the data is unstructured. So we need to convert the data into information. Okay, this is the major area. Once if you are good enough in the major data pre-processing, rest of the steps are very simple. Okay, so this is our today's hero. Okay, first topic, data pre-processing. Then we will go for exploratory data analysis. Then various kinds of model building such as regression, classification analysis, that will be the next class topic. Model evaluation and analyzing the results. So this is our topic of today, is nothing but data pre-processing. Now the data pre-processing consisting of various stages. So I'll go one by one. Whenever you look at any Excel sheet, mostly the data is available in the form of CSV or TSV. CSV or TSV are the formats which most of the ML library supports. Comma separated values and tab separated, where row and column, the intersection of row and column we will call it as cell. Sometimes the cells will be blank. Okay. Now, whenever any cell is blank in the data, that will be represented as NaN. So whenever you have NaNs in the data, you can't do data analysis and model building. So first of all, we will apply a step called imputation. Means fill missing values. Fill missing values. Wherever blank values are there, they will be filled. Okay. This technique is first technique, filling missing values. Okay. And the second technique is called as data integration. Most of the cases, the data may not be available in single data frame. Okay, we will be having various kinds of data frames, data frame 1 and data frame 2 and so on, data frame n. So what I will be doing, I wanted to integrate all the data into a single file. Whenever we are integrating, it will be done on common column. Okay. Now this stage is called as data integration. Mostly tomorrow some faculties having this session, data analysis, and maybe the faculty will take care of it. Third and most important point is data encoding. Okay, most of the ML libraries, they support only numerical data. Okay, for example, if you have any kind of categorical data, so what we have to do is we need to convert the categorical data into numerical data by using a technique called encoding mechanisms. Okay. Now, once we convert the data into various kinds of encoding techniques, then another technique is called as outlier analysis. Means most of the data are having outliers. So we need to find out outliers and we need to remove them. Okay. Outliers are nothing but they behave differently. Okay, they should not look like a same kind of data. Then another very important technique is called as data transformation and normalization techniques. I'll discuss one by one, each and everything mathematically with case studies. So what is the meaning of transformation? Maybe we have various features, feature 1, feature 2, and so on, feature n in the database. Feature 1 values ranging from 1000, maybe 3000 and 5000. Feature 2 values may be ranging 100, 500. Feature 3 values may be 0.1, 0.5. Here, each and every feature behaving differently with the different kinds of data. So what we have to do, we need to convert the entire data into uniform format. Okay, where we will discuss about various kinds of transformation techniques. Okay, then another very important is called dimensional reduction. Okay, when the number of features are increasing, okay, mostly it will go for overfitting. To overcome that, we are going to identify the important features and we'll reduce it by using mathematical techniques such as PCA, SVD, and other techniques. Finally, feature engineering and feature cell. Whatever the best features are there for model building, we should take them. Then we'll go for EDA and model building. So if you permit me, I'll go for step one by one. Can I continue? Yes, sir. Yeah. I hope this is just beginning. With your permission, can I continue? Yeah. Now, first of all, instead of teaching theory directly, I'll go for case study only. And while discussing case study, I will teach mathematics also. Now, let me share my screen. I hope the people are not in the correct mood. Some people are entering, some people are leaving. It is not good practice where we are teaching with ICT with IIT Roorkee. It is not a right practice. The people who is coordinating, kindly ask your faculty be in the session. Okay. Now, so first of all, I will be teaching how to generate our own data. Okay. So I will be importing two libraries. The first library is called as NumPy, used for numerical applications. Mostly we will use any kind of linear algebra applications and statistical probability applications we can develop with NumPy. Then another beautiful library is Pandas, used for data analysis. Now, this is for mathematical operations and this is for data. Both are like brothers and sisters. Whenever you're importing Pandas, you also import Python. Whenever you're importing Pandas, you also import NumPy. Okay, and this statement is used for example, if I'm using earlier versions of the software, it will give some sort of warnings. I don't want to get any kind of warnings, so I'm suppressing the warnings with this through statements. Okay. Now, in order to generate data, I will be taking a small problem statement. Now, I wanted to generate 6 features of data. The first feature is consisting of sequence numbers from 1 to up to 100. And second feature is years, 25 to 62. And third feature, basic pay, assistant professor to professor basic salary. According to our faculty terminology, 15,600 to 67,100. Number of clients, maybe 1,000. Number of years of experience. Mostly the faculties will be having 38 to around 40 years of experience. And the performance score of an employee, maybe 0 is non-performer, 1 is performer. We know that in every college, only 30% of the people are performers, remaining are mostly. I cannot talk with my words. Okay. So let us talk with this point. How to generate the data? Now I will be creating a dictionary. This is called as Python dictionary. I hope yesterday one faculty has discussed about Python data structure, where you studied about string object, list object, and dictionary object. Now, next few minutes I'll discuss about this object. Dictionary is a data structure where we will store the data in the form of key value. Okay. Now, this is called as dictionary. Now, I will be taking keys such as employee ID, age, basic pay, number of clients, years of service, and performance score. Now, in NumPy, there is a function called arrange function. Arrange is a function which is generating sequence numbers. I already told you, Kada, we need to generate sequence of numbers. So, 1, 100. It will be generating numbers from 1, 2, 3, and so 100. 100 will be excluded. This is about first statement. Now I will wait for 2 minutes. If any is uncomfortable with the teaching, some people are entering. Please kindly give me enough space to teach. Okay. And second technique is called as I want to generate age between 25 to 62. For that, I will be calling random function. Randint is a function from random module, which always generates number between 25 to 63, where 63 will be excluded. So how many numbers you are asking to generate? 100 numbers. Okay, na? Then the basic pay of an employee, I'm asking 15,600 to 67,100. So how many records I'm generating? 100 records. Years of service 0 to 40 and performance score 0, 2. 2 will be excluded. So I'm asking my machine to generate 100 data, 100 random samples. Now, once my dictionary has been generated, now this dictionary I will be passing to data frame. Now, 1 minute I will discuss about what is a data frame. In Pandas, we have 3 different kinds of data. If it is one-dimensional data, is called as series, and two-dimensional data is called as data frame, and three-dimensional data is called as panel. Okay, two-dimensional data means some number of rows and some number of columns. Here I have taken 6 columns and 100 rows of the data. So shall I, whatever the data I am generated in the dictionary, I will be converting into data frame. So data frame is a function from pandas object. Okay, and my first argument is called as dictionary. And in the second argument, what I'm passing, whatever the keys I have given, I should pass it as a columns. Okay. Now my entire dictionary will be converted into data frame. Now we can do data analysis. Now can you look at here, DF? That means we have generated 100 records of the data. So the first record always starts with index 0, last record ends with 19. So total we have 100 records. See here, employee ID, sequence numbers, and other numbers, age, basic pay, on all others are generated random numbers between minimum values and maximum values. I hope it is clear for all of you only. I will wait for 1 minute. Any questions? Yeah, kindly please see the logic. If you find any difficulty, please ask me. I will be happy to explain once again. I don't have any worries to explain any number of times. Please. I am waiting. So if you don't have any doubts, I will be continuing. Okay, I will be continuing with my lesson. Yeah, I have generated data, and whatever the data I have generated, first of all, I will be storing in the database. See here, I will be calling a function called to_CSV. Okay, this is the data I have generated. Now I will be storing this in a file called employee.csv. CSV stands for comma separated value. Now this will be located in a current directory called data directory, where because my files are CSV, I have separate comma separated. Okay, now let us see. See, I will be storing the data in a file called employee.csv. Okay, employee to_CSV is a function used to store the data in the Excel files. Now, opposite function is called as read_CSV. Pandas object dot. Now, one thing you must be careful. To_CSV it has to done from data frame object. Now, read_CSV is the object of pandas you have to use. You must be careful. Most of the people are not identifying the differences between them. Here, to_CSV it is from data frame object. Read_CSV from pandas object. Okay, so I will be reading the data from this file, storing in a variable called as E. Now see here. Now head means first 5 records I will be showing. Okay, for all of you. Whatever the data I have generated, stored in the CSV file, I'm reading the data, I'm getting first 5 records. Kindly respond, Andy. Now, in order to do imputation process, I need to follow some 2 rules. Whenever you are imputation data, the first rule you must follow is if the data is quantitative data. Quantitative means it may be discrete data or it may be continuous data. You are going to use 2 statistical techniques such as mean, median. Mostly standard deviation will be least used. Whereas if the data is qualitative data or categorical data, mostly we will use statistical technique called mode. I hope it is clear for everyone. Okay, yes, I thought. Now, how to do this process? Now, intentionally I have created one database. Yeah, kindly look at here. Intentionally, I have created one blank database. I'll show you. Now, this is my blank database. And you look at here and data after missing values. See here. Now, before this class, I have deleted some, I have kept some cells as blank. Okay, for all of you. Now, these cells are blank. Wherever the cells are blank, they will be showcased as NANs. Now I'll show you in 2 minutes. See here. Now let us read the data after missing values. See here, you people are finding NANs. What is the meaning of NAN? NANs are nothing but blank data. You should not have any blank data in the cell. So how to check whether the data is blank or not? How to check it? This can be done by using a function called isNull or isNA. Both are same. Now, whenever I use isNA, look at here what will happening. See here what is happening. Now it will show you some sort of true kind of symbols. Wherever there is a true, there is a blank. The truths are represented as a blank data. Okay, this is also a blank data. False means there is no blank data. You must be careful. False is good. Okay. Now, if I want to compute them, count them, I need to add a function called sum. Okay. Now, how many cells are blank? Yes, 9 cells are blank. Basic pay 7 cells are blank, and 4 and 9. Okay, for all of you. Now, what to do? Even of A's. So if I want to add this NAN, I should take all the mean of the data. Okay. Now see here how I am doing imputation of the process. For doing imputation, I have to use function called fill NA. Fill NA is a function. What it will do? Wherever there is a blank, it will fill with the data which is given by us. So what I'm doing, see here, even of A's. That means I'm calculating the column A's mean. Okay, that mean data, I will be filling the blank. Where in place equal to true is equivalent to commit function of the databases. Okay. Now, first of all, I will be calculating the mean of the data. Then I will be filling this locations. So same thing I am doing for basic pay, clients and service. Now after filling, see here what will happen. See, entire blank data is filled. Okay. Now I will be writing the data to employee mean and reading the data. See here, my imputation has been done officially. Okay. Please kindly respond. Please kindly respond to me. Yes, sir. Then, now I will be taking one more case. Now, in machine learning and in Kaggle, you will find one beautiful data set called Titanic data set. Actually, Titanic is one of the best data set to learn for anyone, for beginners. Okay, it has everything to learn. So it has various kinds of features such as it has around 891 rows and 12 columns. Okay. Now, I will be asking, see, do you have any null data? Yes, it has so many null data, NANs. See, let us ask the machine. Okay. Now, if you ask the machine is saying that there are 2 features which are having blanks. Age feature having blanks and cabin feature also having blanks. So what I'm doing, I will be using a GUI. Is called as a heat map. The heat map is a function from Seaborn library. SNS stands for Seaborn, where I will be calling train.isNull. Okay, wherever null data is there, I will be fixing with a GUI. See here what is happening. See here. Now, this is the beautiful representation. Now, the beginners who wants to learn this and publish papers, you can show all these things in the paper. Okay, is heat map. See here. Yes, feature is having 200 plus features blank, but cabin feature is having 90% of the data blank. But whenever you wanted to fill the data has to be filled only 10% of the data only. More than 10%, try to avoid it or try to drop the data. Okay. Now, for your understanding purpose, what I am doing is, see here, survived is a target variable. Out of 891, 549 features are survived and 1 are not survived. Now, I will be calling a function called count plot. It is equivalent to survived. See here what will happen. See here. Okay. Now I wanted to fill age feature. Okay. In order to fill age feature, what I am doing, if I observe, The passenger class 1 features, their age groups are 37. And look at here, I'll show you passenger classes. In the movie also, Titanic movie also, you watched that 25 years back, mostly when I'm doing my MCA first year. Okay. We have seen Titanic movie. At the time, heroine is from first class and hero from third class. At the end of the day, heroine got survived, hero lost his life. So passenger class 3, passenger class 1. Now I have taken their age groups. So from them, I'm going to fill the mean. Look at here what I'm doing. Now, I have done a function. If the passenger class is equal to 1, I'm filling with 37. If the passenger class is 2, I have filled at 27 and so on. Now, why you have taken this? I've studied this before that. Okay. Now, I'm calling a function. Please let me do the imputation process. And look at here. Now, look at the heat map. I already filled with yes. Then, I can't fill drop. So, cabin is 90% of the data is blank. At the time, what you do is simply drop that column. And remaining features are nothing but this one. Is it okay for all of you? Now, I don't have any blank data. This is the place, so this is the way how you do imputation process. Embark is also having, you fill it. I think I have not checked it. So this technique is called as encoding. Till now, whatever the discussion I have done comes under, imputation technique. Is it okay for all of you? Now, I will wait for 1 minute. If you have any questions, I will be happy to respond. Any questions? Please. Now, I have discussed about encoding. So with your permission, can I go to next technique? I think you are unable.
Yes, sir.
The next technique is called as data encoding. Now, there are around 8 to 9 techniques are available for ML technique. Now, what is the purpose? Why we should do this? All machine learning library supports only numerical data. That does not support categorical data or qualitative data. In that case, we should apply various kinds of encoding techniques. Pandas and now, in this example today, I will be discussing only 3 techniques. Pandas version. Here, I will be manually, I will fill it. I will fill this encoding. Then, now, for any kind of implementation of ML algorithms, we will use sklearn library. Or we may use ML extend. If you go for deep learning, you are going to use TensorFlow. Like this, we have so many library. One such kind of library, sklearn, used for ML application. It has a class called label encoder. Third one hot encoding. Apart from them, there are other techniques are also available. I will be teaching the basic techniques. So I will be applying Pandas technique. Can you please look at here? I will be taking a database called scaling data. See here. Now, if you observe carefully, ID is a column, age is a column, work class. Work class is a categorical data. How to know that? Please. Can anyone tell me how to know what kind of data types you have? Now, even.d types. Now, d types is an attribute. It will tell, see here, ID is an integer, age. Now, work class is object is called as categorical data. Okay. So whenever you have categorical data, your responsibility is to convert them into numerical data. See here, I will be writing a small Pandas version. See here, I have taken a key called work class, colon, and it is a dictionary of dictionary. Wherever private is there, I'm replacing with 1. Wherever state government is there, replacing 2. Wherever central is there, replacing 4. Okay. Now, finally, I will be calling a replace function with the old data with new data. Then what is happening? See here, my entire data has been replaced. Now, if you ask even.types, now let us cut it and ask it here. See, all the types are converted into integer type. This is a basic simple encoding. But what is the drawback of this one? In real-time situations, you cannot predict that you will have only 4 class labels. Okay. In real-time, sometimes you may have 15 class labels for features and 30 also. Okay. In this case, manual version is not possible. So we are going for automated version. Okay. You can also use another class called simple imputer class from scikit-learn. Now, first of all, I will be taking a label encoder is a class from sklearn.preprocessing. Okay, you must import this first. Then second one is you need to create an object of the label encoder. Okay, the first one is called as from sklearn.preprocessing. Now I'm creating an object of that. Okay, now then first of all I'm reading the data. Then see here what I'm doing. I will be doing a beautiful job called simple function. There is a function called fit underscore transformation. That means sometimes we will call fit function, then we will do transform, or sometimes you can combine these two, fit function separately, transform function separately. A combination is called as a fit underscore transformation. This function can be called using label encoder object of this is my feature I wanted to convert. And look at here. Is it converted? Yeah. Now this is an example for encoding using label encoder. Okay. Now another simple thing, there are some cases you will find this kind of data. See here. How many class labels are there here? Russia, Germany, Australia, Korea. Okay. Now I will be using manual. I will be using another technique called one-hot encoding. This can be done by using a function called get underscore dummies. Okay. Now what the get underscore dummies will create? It will create new 4 columns for everything. Country underscore R, country underscore Germany, country underscore Australia, country underscore Korea. So first column is Russia kada. So it will be one, remaining all features are zeros. Is it okay? In this way, we will be creating one-hot encoding. See here how it is happening. Pandas object dot get underscore dummies, and first argument is data frame and second argument on which column you are applying. See here. Okay. So here now how can you represent this? True will be referred as 1, false will be referred as 0. This is also a numerical data. Okay. Now everyone is okay, Nandi? This is another kind of outlier analysis. Can you respond to me? Kindly respond. Now this is called as encoding technique. There are various kinds of encoding techniques. Anyway, we will discuss them once we discuss about other techniques, classification techniques and regression techniques. Okay, we can't use all of them in a single program, kada? So can I wait for 1 minute? Any questions from your side? I will be happy to respond to you. Dear guys, any questions? I will be happy to respond to you. But if you ask me any, I will respond. But if you don't ask, then also I will respond. Any questions? If you behave in this way, how the students will behave with you? Can you respond, Andy? While teaching online class, they don't respond. Now we are behaving like a students. It is my humble request. Any questions? I will be happy to respond. Yeah. If not, I don't waste my time. And next technique I will discuss is called as outlier analysis. Okay. So what is in your childhood you studied about odd man out game. Okay. Now like that in the data also you have outliers. Okay. Now an outlier is a data point which is very distant from other observations. So they lies outside of the data. So in order to discuss about that, I will introduce some techniques. One technique I will discuss how outliers analysis. First one can be box plot. Second one can be Z-score technique. Third one may be scatter plot. Okay. Now I'll take one by one and I will discuss about them. Okay. Now, what is the box plot technique? First of all, we will be having a box like this and this one. Okay. And just give me 1 minute. This is called as minimum value. And this is called as max value. And this is called as a 25 percentile. Not percentage, percentile. the line will be there. This is called as median, also called as 50 percentile data, 50 percentile. And this point is called as 75th percentile. They also called with the Q1. This is also called as Q2. This is also called as Q3. And Q3 minus Q1 people will be called as IQR, stands for interquartile range. Okay. So from here, if I want to observe this minimum value, what I have to do? Okay. Q1 minus 1.5 IQR. And how can I get this value? Q3 plus 1.5 IQR. Now, any value which is above maximum, below minimum are called as outliers. In data science and machine learning application, they will be referred as zeros like this. These are every zero which is applying above the value, below the value are called as outliers. Okay, this is about box plot technique. Another technique is called as a Z-score technique, where the formula is equal to Z-score is equal to xi minus mu by sigma, where mu equal to mean and sigma is equal to standard deviation. Okay, for all of you? Okay, Nandi? Now, I will be taking every value. Now, whenever you take this value, I can also discuss using normal curve like this. Okay, actually this point is called as mu is 0. This point is called as minus 3 sigma and this point is called as plus 3 sigma. Okay. Now any value minus 1 sigma, I am not discussing everything. Any value minus 3 sigma is outlier value. Any value plus 3 sigma is also called as outlier value. And there are other techniques also. There scatter plot like this. Most of the data has to be lies here. Sometimes the data will be away from here. So these points will be considered as outliers. So with your permission, can I use these techniques to use this outlier analysis? Can you respond to me? Now, I will be taking the height of a data person. See here, whenever you look at the height of a data, now I have a name of a student and height of a student. Can you observe? Manually, can you please tell me any data an outlier? Can I consider this as an outlier? Any student who is doing in a graduate who is having 14.5 inches height? No. And can you go down slowly? And you also find one more record, 1.2. So according to my knowledge, record number 12 and record number 9 may be considered as outliers. I hope you also agree. Respond. Now, in your data set also, outliers can be applicable for numerical data. So what I am doing, see, I will be taking upper limit. Now, data frame dot mean, height dot mean, it is mu, and 3 standard deviation. This is sigma. This is upper limit. And lower limit also, the column dot mean minus standard deviation. So I will be getting lower limit. Now, if any value greater than this upper limit or lower than this limit will be considered as, see here, any value above 14.2 will be outlier. Any value less than minus 2 is outlier. So according to my knowledge, only I can remove only one record. See here, I can remove only one record, record number 9. That's it. This is outlier. Okay. Kindly respond, Andy. Please. This is one way how to can find out outliers. Another technique, you can also use quantile technique or percentile technique. Now, according to this technique, what I am taking, above 95 percentage, I am taking it as maximum threshold. Then, now if I apply this threshold, which records are coming up? Record number 9 is coming up. Now, I will be taking least record 5%, 5% quantile records. So, now I will be getting these records. Record number 9 and record number 12. So, I am removing them from the database. So, after removing these 2 records, my remaining data will be used for model building. Okay, for all of you. Till now, I have discussed about 3 techniques. First one is imputation. Second one is encoding. Third one is outliers. Till now, is it okay for all of you? Any questions? So I hope you will not get respond kabatti. I am going ahead and okay. Now look at here. I will be discussing quantile technique. Okay, I will be discussing this technique also. Now, after applying this technique, I got only record number 9 and record number 12 are the records. Is it okay for all of you? Please respond, Andy. Now I will be discussing about what is normalization for few minutes. But one thing I can say, according since many years, yeah, somebody is having a question. Yeah, I think.
No, sir.
Yes. Now, I thought that I will get a question by the end of the thing. Okay. Thing. Now, normalization is directly proportional to normalization step is directly proportional to performance of algorithm. What is the meaning of that? If you do normalization, ultimately it increases the performance of algorithm. I'll show you with a beautiful case studies. So I will be taking some data. Look at here, and I will be calling Z score. Z score is nothing but just now I told it x minus mu by sigma. Now I have taken a matrix. I applied Z score. See. Now later I will be converting into data frame. See here. Now I have taken this data frame. See, I applied a function called Z score. See here, my entire data will be converted to between this normalization. This process, how the given data will be converted to normalization, this process. Now, for that, I will be taking 3 techniques. See here, the first technique, what we should discuss is called as min-max normalization. Second technique is called as Z score. Third one is called as scaling. Okay. Some people call it as log scaling. Some people call it as function scaling. So I will be going to discuss about the min-max algorithm. So the basic formula for min-max scaling is equal to x minus min by max minus min. X minus min by max minus min. Okay. Now, what is the meaning of x minus min? Look at here. Now, in this example, you people are finding this value. How? So min-max algorithm always takes the minimum is value 0, maximum, this is minimum value 0, and this is max value. Okay? Min value is 0 and max value is 1. So tell me the formula. According to the formula, minimum value is 9 and maximum value is 60. According to the formula, how we have to do? See here, x minus min by max minus min. So how to do? First value is 9. 9 minus 9. So first value 0. Second value is 14. 14 minus 9 by 60. Like this, if I convert this data, all the data between 0 to 1. Will you agree? So this process is called as normalization. Okay? Now, second example, I already discussed about it. Z score, x minus mu by sigma right now. Third one is called as log scaling. Okay? Log scaling, what we'll do is, you apply log operation on the data. So my entire data will be normalized. Now I will apply them with a beautiful case study. See here. See here. Now I will be applying min-max scalar on the given data. This is the given data. So if you permit me, I'll write in a simpler fashion. Please just give me 1 minute. This is the given data. This given data has been converted into normalized vector. Is it okay for all of you? This data has been converted into like this. Min-max scalar always converts the data between 0 to 1. 0 is min value, 1 is max value. Is it okay for all of you? Respond. Now I will be writing another technique. See here, fit underscore transformation of the data. Now I have already done it. Sorry, I have already done this process. No need to do once again. Either you can go for fit transformation or you can go for fit underscore transformation. Both are same only. But if you do this process, no need to do the second process. One thing, most of the students are in the dilemma. Sir, what is the difference between fit function, transform function? What is fit underscore transform? Can I take 1 minute to give you this basic knowledge? Later you can take speak. You can talk to your students. Can I go? Actually, what will happen when you call fit function? Generally, I'll take 30 seconds of that time. Look at here. Actually, whenever you call fit function, this method is computing the mean and standard deviation of the given data. Okay. Works once again. Whenever we call the fit function, it will internally calculate a mean and the standard deviation of the given data. Okay. And whenever you call transform of the function, it performing scaling between mean and standard deviation. Either you can call these two functions or directly you can call fit underscore transformation. Okay. I hope you understood. Can I continue? Then next one, standard scalar. This is nothing but Z-score. So standard scalar will convert the data between -3 to +3. Sometimes it will be given, depends upon the sigma value. And the third one is function transformer. In the function transformer, I will be supplying log of the given data. See here. So by applying these techniques, you are converting your data into normalized formats. So machine learning algorithms will take this data and they will do model building. Okay. So, any questions? I will be happy, Andy. Any questions? Shall I apply them in the case study? No.
Yes, sir.
I have given notes also. When to apply min-max, when to apply Gaussian distribution, when to apply log scale. Now, if you observe carefully, min-max normalization is preferred when the data does not follow Gaussian distribution. What is Gaussian distribution? This one, normal curve. Okay. When the data is not following Gaussian distribution, we will use min-max. And when we will apply standardization, means when the data is following Gaussian distribution. And log scaling is preferable when we have huge number of outliers in the database. Okay. And so I wanted to apply the same thing on a beautiful data set called, I'll show you the data set for 2 minutes, loan prediction data set. Okay. Actually, I used to teach my students loan prediction is one of the best data sets the students should learn. Normally, how the loan will be preferred? Generally, if you are a Karodpati, you can go to any bank, you give a bribe, the bank manager will approve the loan. But we people are common people. How it will be done? See here, gender, married, dependents, education, self-employment, applicant income, co-applicant income, loan amount, term, credit history. These are the credit history, nothing but CIBIL score. This is my given data. Actually, I'm not teaching everything, but loan status is approved. Yes, bank manager may approve or not. This database I'm taking, but I'm not teaching everything. See, I will be taking the data and later I will applying an algorithm called as KNN. KNN applied without normalization. So I got the scale is performance score is 61.5. Okay. Now after that I will be applying min-max. See here, without normalization, my KNN algorithm performance is 61.54. After applying min-max, the performance will be. Are you getting me? Earlier performance is 64 before pre-processing. Now the performance is 75%. Now this is before normalization. This is after normalization. Now, can I say that normalization directly impacts performance? Okay. Can you respond? Then I will be also using Z-score normalization. For Z-score also I will be getting the performance as 75. So whenever you are doing pre-processing, kindly give highest priority for normalization also. Okay. Now, till now we have completed 4 points. One is encoding, imputation. Second one is encoding. Third one is outlier analysis. Fourth one is normalization. Okay. Can you please give me 1 minute? I got an official call from yeah. Can you please respond, Andy? The screen is okay for all of you? Hello? These 4 techniques are okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, finally, I will be going very, very important technique called dimensionality reduction. Okay. Now, whenever you're taking dimensionality reduction in the x-axis, I am taking the number of features. And in the y-axis, I am taking performance of algorithms. Okay. Now, before that, I will discuss what is overfit and what is underfit, because that is important for understanding this topic. Now I have created a model, maybe ML model. Now my model is performing well on training data. On training data, I'm getting good results. Okay. On test data, I am getting poor results. This technique is called as overfit. Okay. Now I have prepared a ML model, both on training data and test data. It is giving poor results. This is called as underfit. But whatever the ML algorithms which you have creating, we should be having generalized model. It should be generalized. So best fit. Now with this information, I will be getting. Now as the number of features are increasing, what will happen? See, up to certain extent, the performance will get increased. Still, you are increasing the number of features, performance will get degrade. This is the reason why we should use dimensionality reduction. I'll discuss in 2 minutes. Look at here, everyone. Yeah. Look at here, everyone. Now, as the number of features are increasing, the model becomes more complex. Okay. As the more number of features, the more chances of overfitting. Okay. So the machine learning model trained on many features gets increasingly dependent upon the data. So it will get overfitted, resulting poor performance on new data or unknown data. Okay. Now, in order to overcome this problem, we are finding important features using dimensionality reduction. So where there are 3 different kinds of dimensionality reductions are available. PCA stands for principal component analysis, and SVD stands for singular value decomposition. Third one is LSA. LDA, linear discrimination analysis. Okay. So can I go forward, Andy? Can I go? Now I will be teaching a few minutes about. So if you consider this array as this matrix 3 by 2. See here, my given matrix is 3 by 2, and finally, if I do this PCA, I will be getting. Let's look at the.
Yes, sir.
I will be getting output as 3 by 1. See here. That means my input is 3 by 2, and after reducing I will be getting 3 by 1. Okay, how it will be done? I will showcase with a small case study. So first of all, I will be taking iris data set. Iris is a flower data set where we have 4 features: sepal length, sepal width, petal length, petal width. Mostly I will be using for experimentation purpose for beginners, and it has a target variable. Target variable, you cannot reduce it. So out of these 4 features, I will try to reduce using principal component analysis. So First of all, I will be using data into X and Y. Okay. Now I have done. Then I will be applying standard scalar. Means I'm converting the data into -3 sigma to +3 sigma. Then I will be using PCA. PCA is a function from sklearn decomposition. Now I will be asking my machine to take 3 components only and call a function called fit underscore transformation. So my 4 features are reduced to 3 features. We reduced one column, but we don't know which column we reduced. Then for first column, I'm calling it as PC1. Second column, I'm calling it as PC2. Third column, I'm calling it as PC3. Okay, I'm creating a data frame. Now I will be attaching target variable also. Now you should ask one question, sir, which feature has been removed? Now you should also ask one more question, sir, when you reduce the number of columns, do we have any, are we losing some data? No, especially no. Now I'll discuss with small technique, explained underscore variance ratio. Now this technique is used the number of principal components sufficiently to provide information. See here, I will be calling this function. See here, 0.72, 0.23, 0.03. See, even though I'm reducing 4 features to 3 features, still 99% of the data is available. Okay, see here, 99% of the data is available. Now I'm also calling cumulative function. See here, 99% of the data still available with me. Is it okay? Respond, Andy. After reducing 4 columns to 3 columns, still 99% of the data is reducing available for me. This is about PCA technique. Okay, Andy? Please kindly respond. Same thing, you can also use SVD technique. Now I'm not discussing remaining techniques. This is what everyone should know. Okay, Randy? Hello? Now this is, now you can apply PCA, SVD and LDA. Okay, for applying SVD, simple, there is a function, simple SVD function. Look at here. Everyone look at here. Simply call a function, your job is truncated SVD. Okay. In PCA, in SVD, we are taking only input data. But in third technique called LDA, LDA stands for linear discrimination analysis, where we are taking both X and Y, input data and output data. Okay, Yoma? Now just apply linear discrimination analysis and I will be taking only 2 components. Now that means 4 components has been reduced to 2 components. Okay, these 3 are called as dimensionality reduction techniques. Can you respond? Is it okay for all of you? Kindly respond to me. Now, finally, I wanted to discuss about another technique called feature selection. Feature selection is the most important technique. Now, for example, if I have hundreds of features, X1, X2, and so on, maybe 1,000 features, X1,000. Out of this X1,000 features, I wanted to select important features. I will be using important features for model building. Okay. Now I am not teaching entire theory, but directly I will be going to functions in scikit-learn. Directly look at here. Then I will discuss case study. Don't worry. I'll also discuss case study. Now, one of the best function I have seen is called as select k-best. Select k-best is a function from scikit-learn.feature_selection. Okay. Now, which always takes chi-square as an argument. What is the chi-square here? Chi-square is a technique is used to find out relationship between and 2 or more categorical data. If I have X1, X2, and so on, Xn. If X1, X2, Xn are categorical data, to find out the relationship between them, we will use chi2. Okay, chi-square analysis. Now see here. Now select k-best function, what it is doing, out of 4 features, I am reducing to 3 features. Is it okay? Now with your permission, can I use it in the realistic application? Can I show you? there is one function called select k-best, and there is another function called select percentile. So percentile also reduces the data. So 64% input features are reduced to 7 features. So it is taking 10 percentile, I'm asking. Then another function which we are using regularly is called as a generic univariate select. Like this, I can use, see here, 30 features has been reduced to 3 features. Okay. So with your permission, can I take a small case study? Can I go forward, Andy? Yeah. Now I will be taking a diabetes test. I will be taking a diabetes case study. So kindly look at carefully. Diabetes case study. Now in this diabetes case study, I will have input features such as number of pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, insulin, BMI, pedigree function. These are input data. Now I will be apply out of these 8 features. What features are best? Okay. What features are best for me? I need to identify them. So with your permission, can I go? Yeah. Now, what is my shape of the data? My shape of the data totally 765 rows and 9 columns. Now I will be taking the outcome. So out of 768, 500 records are non-diabetes and 268 records are diabetes. Okay, and I am studying every feature. But I will tell you one important problem, Andy. Diabetes dataset has a different problem. Bills, for example, if you take Titanic dataset, there are age feature and cabin features. You have blank data. Whenever there is a blank data, I will do filling. But here, what will happen in diabetes data? All the features are represented with zeros. If there is a blank, I will use imputation. If it is zero, what to do? This is a serious drawback with diabetes dataset. This is the first case. This is the second case. Sometimes in realistic applications, instead of blank and zeros, sometimes you will have special symbols like question marks and other symbols. This is the place as a data scientist, you should deal with them. Okay. Now, actually, I will discuss one point. No living person on the earth, who is having diabetes 0. No living person on the earth who is having diabetes 0. Can you tell me if anyone who is having? Kindly respond. No living person who is having 0. So I will be grouping the data based on counts. See here. Now, here what I will be doing, I will be converting the data into X and Y. First 8 features I will be taking X, target variable is taking Y. See here, after conversion of min-max normalization, I will be discussing features. Look at here, everyone, please listen. Select k-best. Now, I will be, whenever I call this select k-best, see here, select k-best, then fit underscore X comma Y. So, there is an attribute called scores function. See here what it is doing. A beautiful job listing every and its importance values. Can you respond? Now how can we study them? The features which are having high values. Okay, please listen carefully. Now, how can we identify them? I have written manually also here. Look at here. Pregnancies feature importance is 106. Glucose feature 1337, good value. And insulin feature 2480. And that's it. So I can call it as first important feature. I will take this as second important feature. I will take the age as third important feature. I will take pregnancy as fourth important features. Now, while doing model building, I will take these features as best features. Can you respond, Andy? Then, second technique I will be using extra tree classifier. Extra tree classifier is a bagging technique in ensemble technique. See here, It is also giving its feature importances. See here. Yeah, just in the meantime, just understand. Features are best features according to extraordinary classifier. Can you respond, Andy? Now, 0.14. Okay, these two are best one. Then 0.12. Like this. Now, here, if you identify carefully, glucose 0.2, this is highest, Andy, 0.24. Sorry, this is 0.24. And yes, 0.14. Now, if you ask me, out of 8 features, which features are best, you can select like this. Okay. Now, like this, then decision tree classifier also giving features. I will be sharing one case study. Can you do that case study, Andy? With this, first few minutes, we'll take break, and by you just practice this, and I'll also send one case, one exercise. Can you do that? Hello, any coordinator, Andy? Any coordinator who can talk to me? Any coordinator, please. I have taken 1 hour 10 minutes. Now half an hour will you practice from your side? Then assignment. Then we'll start next example. Anyone, can you respond, Andy? Shyam garu, Gopi garu, Lakshmi garu, Sabita madam, can you? Otherwise, no one is responding.
Yeah, sir.
అండ్ నేను అరుస్తున్నానండి ఇందాక నుంచి. ఎవరు కూడా ఒకరు కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వకపోతే అసలు ఏంటో అర్థం కావట్లేదు. ఏం జరుగుతుంది మీ సైడ్ నుంచి? మీరు వింటున్నారా, లేకపోతే యు ఆర్ వర్కింగ్ ఆన్ యువర్ ఓన్ జాబ్స్? ఐ am not getting it. I have already done 1 hour 10 minute session. Can you practice? That's what I'm asking. And can you do some assignment? Then I start
Yeah,
next
sir.
session.
Yeah, sir.
Yes. Yes. Now I will be stopping and I'll share that study. You just practice for half an hour. We'll meet once again at
Okay, sir.
next few minutes. Yeah, I'll share the case study in the group and just practice them. Okay, please.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, sir has given 30 minutes for the practice session.